Hey Flow family, welcome back to the channel. My name is Murdock, aka Flowjo, and in our class today we will be unraveling, pulling back some layers, specifically the roles, responsibilities, titles, and identities, the ways that we show up and navigate the world. We're going to pull those back so that we can hopefully find our most true and authentic self and then move that body, move that vessel, and just be. Truly see how we feel, truly see what we want, a little lighter and a little more honest, open, and authentic. So if that sounds good, grab your bolster. We'll be needing that and 2 blocks. If you don't have any of those props, no worries. You can still take the class. You might use a really thick textbook and you might take a cushion off of your couch. Slowly make your way down to the mat and we'll get right started. So we'll start on the yoga mat. Bolster will be towards the back of your mat. I'm going to have you turn to sit in front of it. Okay. So when you go ahead, find yourself sitting in front of your bolster, go ahead and pull it up close to your low back. Take your hands down by the sides of the bolster and slowly start to lean back and lay on top of it. Okay. Take what you need, moving around, adjusting. And then some options with your feet can be feet flat, knees bent, a little bit wider than your hips, so maybe the mat. Bottoms of the feet together, allow the knees to fall open. Or maybe you'd like to keep your legs out as if you were in Shavasana. Same thing for arms. Maybe they move out to the side, palms face the ceiling. Or you can bring both hands to low belly, one hand heart, one hand low belly. So a lot of options as we start out our practice. Try them all on, see what fits, see what doesn't. And I'm going to invite you to close your eyes down or maybe find a soft gaze so we can remove one of our senses and really start to feel the bolster under us. Start to feel the muscles, ligaments, joints, tendons relax and kind of melt under the skin. Using every exhale to purge tension, stress. And eventually throughout practice, using that exhale to put down those roles, the hats that we wear, the titles that we have, just for our time together. As you start to settle, I'd like to read you a quote from Pause, Rest, Be, a book by Octavia Rahim, and what actually encouraged me, motivated me to create this practice. How many titles have you claimed? How many distinctions have you been given? How much of it felt unreal and false? Like you were wearing a suit that impressed everybody, but it barely fit you. You are allowed to change as many times as you need to become your authentic self. So we'll start our practice there, acknowledging the roles, the ways we show up, the way we are perceived. Take a full breath in. Keep the lips sealed, breath out. 2 more times, taking it all in. Lips sealed, exhale. final time right here, filling up, emptying out. Coming back to your rhythm, an inhale and an exhale that serves you and feels good. As you start to identify these roles, these hats that you wear, these titles, maybe you smile, maybe you celebrate yourself. Even though we're focusing on how to strip those back just for the time that we spend together, they are things to be proud of. And so as you're working through that, see how you can lovingly and kindly lay them down throughout the practice, and then maybe look and admire them and know that they are extensions of yourself. And in this moment, it's just you. It's just your being. It's just your vessel. And when we seal the practice, we can lovingly and kindly pick those roles and titles back up, honor them, and know that we can always take a beat, take a moment to rest, and come back. Slowly start to open your eyes if they were closed, engaging the muscles around your belly button. Bring your hands to the sides of your body and the bolster to slowly walk yourself up. And then I'd like for you to reach back behind you and move your bolster off to the side. Okay? This time, slowly roll yourself all the way down to lay on your back on the yoga mat. We'll bend the knees, feet flat, a little bit wider than hips. Toes are looking at 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock, so on the diagonal. Walk your heels close to the butt, and then walk your shoulder blades together underneath you. Plant your palms into the yoga mat. Slowly press into your feet. Lift your pelvis. Lift your hips. On the breath out, slowly lower. We'll be here for a little while. Maybe eyes come back to close as we move up on the inhale. We lower on the exhale. Keep the breath connected to your movement. And just slowly start to acknowledge how this feels in the body, how you are showing up. Slowly shedding, slowly putting down. Almost like peeling back the layers of an onion. And you know what else it makes me think of? When you get home at the end of the day and you slowly start to take off clothing right before your shower or you prepare for bed. Yeah, like each sock slowly coming off. And then maybe your sweater. Don't forget your watch, your jewelry. We're just peeling back the layers to uncover who we are, and also so we can see what we need. The legs are gonna start to warm up and fire up. You're doing it right. Take a big inhale. Let's press up one last time. Big exhale, slowly lower. Good. Pull the knees into your chest. Give yourself a big hug. Wrap your arms around. If it feels okay, lift the head, upper back, squeeze. A moment of gratitude. Thank you, thank you, thank you for time and space to shed, to exist. On the next breath out, we'll release the hug, release the squeeze. Keep your legs as they are. Open your arms out to a capital letter T. Palms are facing the ground for stability. And slowly allow both knees to fall to the left. Double supine twist. Turning the face to the right. Oof. We can stay there. There's not that much space where you are. You can cactus your arms as well. Stay here. Keep breathing. One more inhale. And exhale. Return the hands back to the ground so palms are facing down. This is going to help you. Next breath in, pull your legs up and over through center. We'll take that same twist to the left, and you might bump your hips just a little bit. Both knees fall. And again, you might bring the hands back to cactus or stay out to the side. Face turns to the left. Stay. Another moment, breath in. Breath out. Nice. We'll go ahead and return the hands back to the ground. Engage the core. Pull your legs up and back through center. Bump your hips so you feel nice and centered on your mat. Knees come back to the center and we open for happy baby. Happy baby can be still. Maybe you can extend one leg and the other just to see how it feels, and you might rock even side to side. Our twisting, and even here in happy baby, moments to wring ourselves out, moments to open ourselves up. Okay, sometimes we have to crack ourselves open to get down to who we are. Years and years of performing. If we are being honest with ourselves, life is a performance, and so different characters and different ways we show up in different spaces, the stage that we're on, whether that be work or as a guardian, caretaker, as a confidant, a sibling, a friend, an employee, yeah? So be gentle and using the breath in each shape. Take your time cracking yourself open. One more inhale. Exhale. Release that happy baby. Legs come back to center. I'll give you two options. You can bring your hands behind your thighs and rock yourself up. Take about 5, right? Get yourself all the way up to seated, or my personal favorite, rolling on to the right or the left, doesn't matter, and moving through side lying pose, which is fetal position. It's the in-between, okay? In between the beginning and start of class to the work phase or the middle section. You'll also notice you might come through a side lying pose as we get to finish class, coming up to end it. And so it's called the in-between. Whether you're rocking or you found a few moments in side lying pose, slowly start to press yourself up. Whew, and come to sit. Facing the front of your mat, legs will go long. You can rock side to side, finding your sits bones, moving your glutes out the way. Flex at the ankles for me, and then I want you to just tap your knees. Bend and straight, bend and straight, bend and straight a little bit. Your legs do not have to be together. They can be hip distance apart. We'll take a gentle forward fold here. So an inhale to reach the arms up. Then exhale to maybe even bend the knees. Slowly fold forward. Hands can come to support you, catch you right where you'd like to stay. See if you could bring chin to chest. And so here I like to imagine and visualize that I am finding that cracking open sensation happening from the back body. Maybe feeling that stretch from the back of the heels all the way to the back of the neck. Invitation on that next exhale, let something go, fall a little deeper. Big breath in. Big breath out. Next breath in, we'll lift the head and slowly come to sit up. We have a special guest with us. Right leg will bend. Bring the bottom of your right foot to your inner left leg or thigh. You can also come by the knee. So 2 options. You can do this without your bolster, and we'll take a inhale, arms up, forward fold, or you can bring the bolster in front of you. The back of it, or I should say the front of it, might be on your foot, or you can move it forward so it's not touching your foot at all, your right foot. It comes up against that left leg. Take a big breath in to reach, and a big breath out, forward fold, take it over. Leaving it up to you. Again, finding some stillness here. One more inhale. Let it go, exhale. Slowly make your way up and off your bolster. Ooh. Maybe roll the shoulders up, back, and down for 1, 2, 3. Both arms reach up, big breath in, palms face forward, bend the elbows, cactus, lift your heart space. Ooh. Again, feeling that cracking open now here through the front half, top half of the body. Inhale, arms reach, and we'll switch. So you might lift your bolster if you're using it, right leg out, left leg in. Bolster can be in front of the foot, or if it feels okay, it can come on top. Line it up with your right leg. Big reach up, forward fold, take it down. Very nice. Allowing yourself to exist here in this shape. No concern about what it looks like. More how it feels. Even in practice, it's a role. when we step onto our mat, and how can you just be moving your body? How can you just be breathing into these shapes? Take an inhale. Take an exhale. Very nice. Slowly bring yourself up and off of the bolster. Let's take those shoulder rolls again, up, back, and down. 1, 2, 3. Big breath in, arms up. Palms forward, cactus, exhale. Lifting the heart space, squeezing shoulder blades behind you. Very nice, reaching back up to lengthen, and then hands can come back to bolster, and we'll go ahead and move that out of the way. Extend your left leg long in front of you. We'll bend the knees, bring the feet flat one more time. Hands come behind you. Thank you. Hands come behind you, and we'll windshield wiper the legs. Both knees fall right, left, right, and left. Take about 2 more to each side. And then when you're done, we'll swing the legs around to the front, to the back, and we'll come to hands and knees tabletop. Whew. Okay. Hands under shoulders, knees are under the hips. A moment for cat-cow. I want you to think of this cat-cow as, yes, an undulation through the spine, an opening and moment to create space in the spine, but also a body wave, no beginning, no end. And how, as you find the inhale and the exhale, the cow and the cat, you are shedding. Okay? So inhale, lift the chin and chest. Exhale, round and push. Okay, so maybe when the belly falls, something falls out. And maybe when the back rounds, you are pushing something up and away. Okay? I'm not sure. I'm just offering a visual. You make it make sense in your body. But every shape that we create, every time we move into a pose, I want you to find the opportunity where you can release, put down, purge. A few more cat-cows. Nice. Let's take our final one. Inhaling and exhaling. Coming back to neutral, we'll untuck the toes if you had them tucked. Send your hips back and down. Child's pose, walking the fingers forward to lengthen, stretch, and create a little bit more space. You can bring your forehead to the mat. We'll be here for a little while, so settle in. Take another breath here. Exhale, let it go. Next breath in, we'll lift the face. Slowly press back to hands and knees tabletop. And I just want to name, if you find yourself yawning, you're doing it right. You're slowly bringing oxygen to the body, and you're slowly putting things down that may or may not have been heavy, right? And so the body can yawn and stretch and get the air that it needs, the life force energy. Okay. Downward facing dog. So we'll start to transition into a little bit more of a work phase, but still nice and slow. Okay. So we've put down a couple roles, responsibilities, and titles. Now we start to move a little bit, really clean out spaces. Ooh, lift the hips. Pedal the heels right, left, right. You might shorten your down dog. You just want to feel there's a balance between the effort and ease. Good. Find some stillness as both heels press down towards the yoga mat. Shake the head, yes. Shake the head, no. Look forward to the top of the mat, bend the knees, slowly start to walk your feet up towards your hands. When you get there, forward fold, ragdoll. The feet might be under hips or a little wider. Swing, sway, bounce, or stillness, right? Breathing into the back of the legs. Here, allowing something to fall out of the head. Here, allowing it to spill and pour. Here, finding an exhale again to put something down. Next breath out, okay? Drop the hands if they were busy in your ragdoll. Bend the knees a lot. Slowly roll yourself to stand. When you arrive, roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Stack the knees, the hips, shoulders, neck, and head. Palms forward, Tadasana. A second to check in. Awareness. Still very much a part of our practice. How are we feeling? Has it been challenging to put these roles and titles down in order for us to unpack and kind of see who we are just as a being, just as a vessel? Have some roles been easier to put down than others? The question of, once I put all of these things down, who am I, may have come up. That is valid. And for some, this may have been a beautiful gift. It may have been permission, even though you don't need it, to even think of putting this down, even if it's just for a few moments. Wherever you are on your journey, take a big breath in, bigger breath out. That one might be audible. That one might drop the shoulders. Let's do it again. Inhale. Drop the shoulders, exhale. Good. Take your time. Be patient. Inhale, both arms reach up, mountain pose. Bend the knees, exhale, forward fold. Okay. Yoga blocks, go ahead and grab those. We'll bring one under each hand. Once you find that forward fold, take a halfway lift. Inhale. Let's step the left leg back. Left knee taps down. Okay. Toes can be tucked, or you can allow the ankle to press into the mat, using the blocks to keep your torso upright. Press your pelvis forward and down. Ooh. Relaxing the shoulders and the face. Hands will leave the block. Come to prayer. Take a gentle twist. Left elbow hooks outside of your right thigh, right knee. Press into your right thigh and knee to deepen your twist. Another moment to wring ourselves out. Maybe you find the ceiling, the wall behind you. Maybe you just look at your right elbow. Energy in the right foot as you press down. One more inhale. Big exhale, releasing that twist. Ooh. Hands come back to blocks. Take a second. Good. Back leg, which is going to be your left. Lift foot, shin off the mat, and we'll kickstand. So turn your toes towards the right side of your mat. It's a warrior 2 on the yoga mat. Move both blocks in front of you, and we'll move through straightening the right leg. Keep your toes facing forward and then bending a little bit deeper, creating space. So now we're tapping into these waters, right? Your sacral chakra. And don't worry if you know nothing about sacral chakra. It's just what brings you joy. It's your pleasure center. It's creativity. Sometimes you put down these roles, these titles, you start to pull back these layers, and it really comes to like, who am I and what brings me joy? So we're just moving that a little bit. Bending right. Straightening the right. Doesn't matter how many. You might just stay, right? Like, whew, it feels good. One more, yeah. Beautiful. We'll rebend the right. Keep the blocks with you as you move your hands back to frame the right foot. Left shin, foot comes up and back over. Tuck your toe. Big push as you lift your back knee. Forward fold at the top of the yoga mat. You might move the blocks forward a little bit. Exhale, release. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands on blocks. Let's take it to the other side. Right leg steps back. Whew. Right knee taps down. Toes tucked, or you can press your ankle, lift your chest. Stay. When you go from side to really get the hips moving, stretching out the front half of the body, it just feels so good. Ooh. Another thing to kind of name is that a lot of the roles and titles that you might, hold doesn't allow you to express and move your bodies in certain ways. Again, we talked about life as a performance, and, depending on the stage you're on, you might not have time to breathe deeply, or people might ask, what's wrong? Nothing, I'm just breathing. I just want some oxygen. And so, putting those down allow you to really, really express yourself. What do you want? What do you need? Not what you got to do, have to do. One more breath in, we press up and out. Hands come to heart center. Gentle twist. Right elbow outside. Left knee thigh. Press to deepen your twist. You might find something behind you or up towards the ceiling to see, to look at, or your elbow, left elbow. Stay. Breathe. Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Yeah. One more time. Let it go. Slowly release your twist. Hands come to blocks. Okay. Moving into that warrior 2, grounded warrior 2. Back right leg lift. Kickstand. Keep your blocks with you. Turn to the long edge of your mat. Left leg is forward, toes are forward, okay? We move through a couple moments to lengthen. And deepen and bend. So I stepped my foot forward a little bit just because I needed more space on this side. Ooh, take what you need. Got a couple snap, crackle, pops. Allowing our waters to move. Allowing ourselves to rush to the shore, much like the waves of the ocean. Come forward, step forward. Let's take one more. Good. All right, next time you bend your left, we start to shift the yoga blocks, framing left foot. I'm gonna bring my leg back a little bit now. Take right leg back out, tuck toes. Big push once you lift your knee, forward fold at the top of the mat. And yes, let's bring yoga blocks forward, out of the way, a little prop management so we can see where it's at. Drop the head in that forward fold. Next breath in, slowly roll yourself back up once more, unraveling through the back body. When you get there to the top, roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Let's stack ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, neck and head. Palms face forward. We're here at Tadasana. Maybe eyes are open, soft gaze, or closed. Feel the ground underneath you. Maybe a little bit lighter. Maybe the shoulders a bit more relaxed. Let's bring right hand to heart, left hand to low belly. Connecting with yourself a few layers lighter. Might be an introduction, a reintroduction, especially if you haven't seen this self in a while. So feel the heartbeat. Feel the low belly. Take a breath in. Nice to meet you. Take a breath out. Thank you for showing up. Next breath in, both arms reach high. Exhale, forward fold, bend the knees. Plant your palms onto the mat. Step your right and left leg back for tabletop position, hands and knees. Come to sit back on your shins. Roll the shoulders up, back, and down. Good. Very, very nice. We'll reach for our bolster and we'll bring it to the right side of us where our legs are currently at as we sit on our shins here. We're moving into half frog. So we'll be laying on our belly and our leg, right thigh will go on top of the bolster. If the bolster is too high, I feel like mine might be, but I'll show you with it. You can do this with a block. So I'll show you both, okay? Bolster right by your side body. Come to lean forward, lay on your belly. Your arms will be in front of you. You can stack them right over left, left over right. That does not matter. Your chin or your forehead will lay on it. Bend your right knee. Lift, open your thigh, and then you can bring it to the bolster as you see here. And yeah, I do think this is a bit too high for me. My bolster is round instead of flat. So I'm gonna swap it out for a block on like level 1, put it on the lowest level. Nice. Bring my thigh there. Come to lay back down, chin on my hands as I settle into this half frog shape. And you do want your leg right across from your hip. So you might turn and look just to check. Okay, let's come up a little higher. Beautiful. You have some time here. Close your eyes. If it's available, it feels okay to do so. Rest your chin or your forehead on the hands. Settle and lay. I'll let you know when to come back. Take one more breath in and out right here. Good. Eyes start to open, and we'll slide the hands to the side body as if you were in baby cobra, okay? Press your chest up just a little bit. You are still in half frog. And again, this can be with bolster, block, or without. Left arm threads the needle under your right. Find your left shoulder to the mat. Slowly open your torso towards the ceiling. Your bolster block might slide a little bit towards you with your leg. As you open up, that's okay. And we stay here. Again, we might get some snap, crackle, pop, slow back, all good. Breathe, settle. Okay, one more breath here. Slowly bring your right arm all the way back up and over. Press your right hand into the mat so you can take left arm out from that thread needle. Ooh, lift your right thigh a little bit, bring it down. Bring your legs back together, rock side to side to side to side. Okay, other side. You might have your bolster. You might have your block on level 1, lining it up with hip. Bend your knee. Open up for half frog. Thigh can rest on block, bolster, or just the ground. Stack your hands. Rest your chin or forehead. Go ahead, settle in. I'm hoping in these moments you are feeling supported and you're feeling held by the earth. So as you shed, you know that you are protected and the authentic you is safe. Take one more breath in. Out. Next breath in, we slowly open the eyes. We press out and find or thread the needle. Right arm under. Left arm opens out. Your block, your bolster might pull in towards you. And stay. Take your final breath here. On the exhale, continue to turn your hips so that your left leg leaves the yoga block and you come to find your back body on the ground. You might move some things around if it's feeling a bit close to you, and welcome to your final posture, Shavasana. Hopefully here you've arrived. Again, a couple layers lighter, getting down to your most authentic self, to rest, to just be. I want to read you the last line of the same quote we started with. You are allowed to change as many times as you need to become your authentic self. We'll seal our practice here. One final breath in and out. My name is Jo Murdock. Thank you so much for unraveling with me. Keep practicing. I'll see you very, very soon. And so it is.